podcast, radio and stuff.
Well, angizwa kuthiwa sekuya-record. I'm busy admiring this. That's something to admire here. So, amehlami, you know, they can't stop being just behind me. But greetings, welcome to Podcast Radio and Stuff. Another beautiful episode is what we have for you. We even have a guest today. But because we just wanted to have our own chit-chats,
yes,
we talk, and then we're going to call the guest in. And then talk to the guest.
100%. Welcome to it. It's a brand new look. We hope you are enjoying the brand new look with your favorite 1Ks. Lirati, 1K?
Ngishap.
Let's get on with it. So this is our chat. It's called Podcast Radio and Stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe. Very important. If you're watching and you are enjoying this channel, please do subscribe. Please take some time to subscribe. Comment on this episode. Tell us what you think about everything that we're going to talk about now. So we are here to talk about what's been happening in South Africa. And Guningi, you said there's an interview that is coming up. I wasn't part of that interview. Can you what are we looking forward to? Interview.
Okay. Kube ne court order ephumile.
Yes.
Right? Ingezo summarizer bekiswe i-operation Tutula enkantolo. Isizathu sokuthi kiswe operation Tutula enkantolo, it was to stop them from ukuvimba ama foreign nationals ethenini access ama government facilities, clinics, hospitals, you name it, schools and so on. So ke i-order iphume enkantolo ithe that is illegal, abayeke ukuthi bakwenze.
Sure.
Kunezathu ke iningi eyisayithiwe kwi-judgment engengene kuzona. So besifisa as a PRS ukuthola some reaction. So sitholeke uNhlanhla Mqadi. uNhlanhla Mqadi belongs to March and March.
Okay.
And he's a provincial coordinator at KZN.
Sure.
So sasisithi asike sizwe nje eyabe reaction, because I believe ukuthi leya court order izoba nomthelela nabo kweyabo i-movement. So yeah, but listen to that interview later on. Umuzwe ekhulumela uNhlanhla Mqadi.
Yep. So hlala ke kule episode ngoba njengoba uzwa nje ukuthi kuningi ukuhle nokufundisayo nokukhulisayo ozokuzwa mabubukela le episode until the end. So that interview is coming up. Dogozo, but before we get started with what we want to talk about today, siphuma kuyisonto elikhulu. Ngesonto lelezidlule sidrope i-episode ka BG. Ubongi Gumbi. What a beautiful episode. What a beautiful episode. Bawukuthi akwayibuka ingxoxo esibe nayo nobongi Gumbi. Ngicela ukuthi uke uyibheke nje la ku channel yethu. It was absolutely beautiful, amazing, a legend. Mina ke I was really having that fan moment, that excitement, because I've always been a fan. I was just trying to act all cool. I don't know what you thought of that interview.
Okay. I thoroughly enjoyed interviewing her when she was in studio.
Yes.
But I also thoroughly enjoyed watching it. So when I was watching it, bekungazi ukuthi i-interview yayingenziwa yinini.
Yeah.
She came here, she owned her space. She reminded me of the fact ukuthi when she was doing the midday show on Ukhozi FM, she owned her space. You know, so much so ukuthi when she left that slot, you know, it was very difficult for us to comprehend ukuthi akasekho ubongi Gumbi ezaseGauteng emini bebade ibika lakhe, you know. So that is what happens when people just own their space in radio.
Yeah, and maningi abantu ade bekhomenta ngebika lakhe.
Yes.
Tom Grant, Happy Feet.
Yes.
Igama lengoma lena engena ngayo. Da 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 da. Aish. Yeah, no. And mina into engiyoy kakhulu about that episode ukuthi ubongi uyayazi radio.
Kakhulu.
Bongi Gumbi, BG, she knows the radio.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed her passion was obvious mangabe ubuka leya interview. Mawukuthi umuntu othanda radio noma umlalela ngalezi ayikhathi saku Cozy FM, please it's a must watch. That interview is an absolute must watch.
All our interviews I must watch.
But that one,
That's one.
is a must watch.
Yes.
Ayike ndokozo singene kuzona baba kuningi kuyenzeka eSouth Africa, eSouth.
Yeah, eMzansi.
Kwenzakalani kwi-MK party? Yini le yenzeka kwi-MK party? Ibizwa ngani?
Yeah, yabona ngizalelwe kwaMashu ngakhulela kwaMashu. So i-transformation eyenzeka kwaMashu yenzeka phambi kwami. Ngike ngithi umuntu let me make an example. Ohambile kwaMashu for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Mhlambe wahamba osebenza phesheya noma useva i-jail term. Owahamba kwaMashu ngo-2000 njengoba manje ku-2025 mase efika uyothuka
Yes.
mebona i-development esiyenzakalile kwi-MK nginokunye okuhlukile ngizokusho i-MK make wazigcina ungekho updated ngezindaba 2 days 3 days
Too long.
it's too long uyothi sorry nso ukuthi kwi-MK kuthiwa usushaya eceleni. You understand?
Yeah, ne?
Things just happen too fast there. And kade ngicabanga indaba kaDes van Rooyen. You understand?
Bandla shame.
Ngithi, hey lo baba lona kanti kwenzakalani?
Umkhokha.
Yeah.
Umkhokha.
And I think it was under the leadership of the MK president when he was the
President of the country. Yes.
When he was appointed as a Minister of Finance, and it was a very short stay, and he actually broke a record. And it's the same thing that happened now when Gutiwe says about Chief Whip, we are Pumo Colin Makubele, and then the next thing, she's back and is out.
Yeah, asichazi just in case ikhona okade ngayilandeli indaba ongazi ukwenzakalani. So kwi MK party kuphume incwadi ethi u Chief Whip we MK eParliament uColin Makhubele uyakhishwa kubena uChief Whip sekuzoba u Des van Rooyen. Kwangaphela isikhathi aliphela ngosuku 24 hours I don't think kuphelile or 48 if I'm exaggerating. Kwangaphela isikhathi esingakanani kwaphuma indaba ezithi hayi usemisi uJohn Hlophe ekubeni uDeputy President weMK na sekubeni ileader yeMK in Parliament. uDes van Rooyen lo besefakiwe kwathiwa sekuyena iChief Whip yeMK usotswebhu weMK in Parliament useyakhishwa kubeni usotswebhu sekufaka uyabuyela uColin Makhubela esikhundleni sakhe ngoba kuthiwa uJudge John Hlophe
Former judge
Dr John Hlophe uthathe inqumo ngaphandle kokuconsulta ileadership yeMK party. Kodwa mina ntokozo nginombuzo. Ngathini kuwena mhla kuthiwa kusekuzoba khona second deputy president uTony Yengeni weMK?
Noma ngeke ngisaquote direct kodwa wathi lokhu kukhombisa ukuthi uNxamalala is the president of MK inciphile noma akasanayo ifaith ku deputy president. Yeah.
Apha mangami.
Yeah, angiquote direct
kodwa ngoba
ngiyakulalela ngokukhuluma uyabona.
Apha mangami.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It was obvious. Hey ntokozo. Abantu abaningi bakhala ukuthi uJohn Hlophe walahlekelwa ukwakuphuma kubeni yijudge ngoba nakho kuthiwa wayezama ukinfluencer ama-judge ukuthi a-judge in favor of former President Jacob Zuma. Njengamanje futhi uPresident Jacob Zuma useyamkhipha ekhundleni zakhe bathi eyipolitiki rough.
Yeah. You know, let me tell you something about me that you also probably don't know.
Okay. It's something I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm not active on social media across the board. I know that. But I'm very active, or I'm very there. So I've got an account on all of them, and I go in and I'm up to date with what's happening. So what I would usually do, mina go Facebook, I would go to anyone ongamcabanga. Sithembiso Mngoma, Chris, Sihle Mavuso, anyone. Ntobeko Khuluse, ngifunde into abayipostile. Angikhomenti but ngithanda ukungena ama comments.
Yes.
Yabo. So as much as I don't post every day, but every day I'm there seeing what's going on. So I enjoy. Umkamuze angize sengihleka ngedwa. I enjoy ukufunda ama comments abantu. That's my element. Yabo mase ngenze lutho ngiyascrolla ngwafunda ama comments abantu. Even our podcast, I enjoy reading the comments abantu abawabhalayo. So I love reading comments. Now, kulena ke ithema ngabe iqala iphuma iba out there ngolesithathu ebusuku.
Yes.
Ngase ngingena kuma comments kulabade beyipostile ngafunda. Yo ama comments abantu ahlekisa. Abanye bathi hayi ubaba udlala ichess.
Well, he's a chess master. He makes chess moves.
No, the comments is what kills me. No, I don't lie.
Yeah, ne?
Hey, Basho, but I just love the comments.
Yeah. And ama comments abaningi abekule SMS ne SMS ka ebibhalwe former judge Dr. John Hlophe.
Yes.
Screenshots. So uthe emva kokuba sesuspendiwe uJohn Hlophe ngicathu besendela iteam yakhe eParliament imessage I'm assuming because bekuvezwe yona kuphela ukuthi ngeke abe seParliament namhlanje ususpendiwe usecele ukuthi terminate membership yakhe. Yeah, no, social media, our comments were crazy. Social media was a buzz because, of course, Kagogo, bajabule, that is the ANC. Bathi kade ngibona nje ukhuselo Diko ethi hayi ababuyele ekhaya, ababuyele kaGogo because konakele. So move on, ne? Into edala lama movements amangaka ku MK. Ingoba iconstitution ye MK ibeka ama powers amaningi kumongameli. Generally kwamanye ama political parties kudingakala ukuthi kube NEC ethatha isinqumo. iNEC ngaba whatever number ke so akuyashiyana ngama political parties. Kodwa kuyena umuntu oyedwa. But because we MK it's one person, and this one person okumongameli MK former President Jacob Zuma is a decisive leader. That's one thing he is. You can't, if you look at their leadership styles, uNcamalala no Ramaphosa, you can't even compare. Jacob Zuma, whether it's a right or a wrong decision, he will take the decision. He will take it and communicate it at midnight. He will fire people, he will reshuffle people, and that's what is happening with MK. Because he's got this power to reshuffle and change, and you can be an SG, you can be a leader. It is powers. He can do it. What do you think of that? The powers that have been vested in this one individual in such a big political party, which is the MK party?
I've never read the Constitution yabo, to be honest.
Yeah.
Angaze ngiyifunde. But into engayisho angiyana uthi ya draftwa obani, but MK since yaqala ayikaze ibe na structure of leadership, you know, formal
Inazo.
Okay.
Yeah, inazo high command. National high command.
Inayo in national high command.
Yes.
But that is it is, I don't know how many times it has been changing.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean it has not been stable?
It has not been stable.
The structures are there.
Yes, but it has not been stable.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So that is what I'm trying to say. It has never been stable. And I think that is where the biggest problem is. Uguti, they've never had a stable structure. And for a fairly new party, you know, it's for me, it's just proving what the center is not holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the structures are stable.
Okay.
This is my assessment. You know, I'm a layman, so it's just a layman's view here. But to me, it looks like structures are stable, but there are offices that are not stable within the MK Party. Because if you look at National High Command, people that are there, there are people that have been there since the beginning. The likes of Dalimpofu, you know, Ukona, and a number of other leaders. You look at, there's this guy, Bongani Baloyi. He's been there. I'm not sure if we go National High Command, but as in like MK Party. But even in KZN, since former Premier Mchunu went over, quite stable. But there are just these positions that, because in my view, umongameli can make a decision just like that. Angeko stable like the SG, definitely not stable. Leader of Parliament has been quite stable, to be honest. But the chief whip, not so much, because we know Guti Kati Logashi.
So, as Vumelane lang tobe ukuthi, this is one organization we are talking about. So, we can't talk just about an office. So, the office of the deputy president, it's been stable. We are talking about the entire top brass leadership.
Yeah.
So, if there is no stability there, if the Secretary General's office is not stable, the whole top brass then is shaken, because all these offices have to work with each other and they need to complement each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your view. My view is there has been some stability, but it just looks like there are some offices that are targeted, or that are struggling to find the right people that will be able to stay for longer, because it looked like Floyd Shibambo in that SGO was doing well and it was going to stay for longer, but hey, we are here now. And I don't know, many people are quite scared because we know what the MK Party got the most votes like KZN, and it's really with the NFP iti aysekho happy ngo Premier Untuli ne GPU. So NDT NFP MK Party ekumele ngabe iphethe KZN bane meeting abazoba nayo ne MK Party, and abantu basaba ukuthi uma ngabe ukuthi ngempela iyanikwa ithuba lokuthi iphathe KZN njengoba nje kwavota abantu base KZN, uma ngabe ukuthi party unstable yona iyodwa izokwazi yini ukuphatha iprovince. Kodwa mina ngithi iMK Party kumele iphathe KZN, whether izokwazi or not. People of KZN chose the MK Party. If kuguti party ayikwazi ukuphatha because of the its instability, then abantu base KZN kumele babone ugovernment abamchoose. Uma ngabe ukuthi yenza kahle iMK Party, abantu base KZN kumele bajabule ukuthi we did the right decision. We chose the MK Party. But currently, people of KZN are not given that opportunity to see ukuthi party abayivotela in majority in their numbers izokwenza kanjani.
I think on that point you are 100% correct. I-democracy injalo. Fanele abantu bazibonele ukuthi laba esibanikezile amandla ukuthi basilida kanjani, you know. So I do know and I understand ukuthi yes, a KZN MK ngokwezibalo ayizange iwenze u50+1.
Yes,
that is point taken. But in terms of the number of votes, they got the most votes. Okusho ukuthi i-majority abantu base KZN iyona phathi abakade beyibona. So ke ngivumelana nawe, kumele basizwe isandla sayo ukuthi simnandi noma simnandi.
100%.
Nawe lapho.
100%, because Leah 50+1 honestly is just an academic discussion. But the fact is, there's not even a single party that comes close to the MK Party in KZN. Nowhere near. Like they got 49? what percent
Okay,
of the
I'm not
percentage?
sure on my
I don't
percent.
remember, but it's
Yeah.
above 40, well above 40.
Yeah. I think it was 45, but I'm not sure.
What is that? The other one? ANC is at 17%, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then, before we move on from the MK party, President Jacob Zuma met Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, the president of Burkina Faso, because bekade kunokuthi ngitse Burkina Faso bethi ngeke
bekade khona.
yes bese Burkina Faso kuphikiswana ukuthi uzokwazi ukumbona ngeke akwazi ukumbona because uCaptain is a revolutionary. And abaningi especially kwi-ANC na kwi-EFF bebethi angeke avuma ukubona uNxamalala ngeke avuma ukubona uNxamalala because he's a sellout. They were saying all sorts of things, kodwa ke uNxamalala wabakhombisa ukuthi ubani umpetha, wambona wahlala phansi bakwazi ukuxoxa badiscussa ipolitiki yase-Africa.
Yeah, no, I saw in pictures.
Yes,
that they met, and it became a buzz again kuleli sonto esibuya kulona on social media platforms. And yes, what can I say? It's a political mileage for the MK this side, because we've got to be honest.
Yeah, it's
a good political mileage for the MK on this side. Because if I'm not mistaken, it was on Monday or Tuesday when they met. But kwaphinde futhi ngokwami kwaba ne political blunder.
Yes.
We must be honest ngaloko ngoba lokho kwenzakalile with uDeputy President wabo uJohn Hlophe, uDr John Hlophe, Colleen Makhubele no Despan Royan. It shook also abantu abaningi who follow politics, and it attracted for them a lot of commentary from lay people like you and I, from political analysts, so much so with khona abayikhulumelayo wa lay people when you listen to Amatalk Radio. But I know velele in 5 years you're being aseko. So it was a good week for them. Ngokumitha Ibrahim Traore, President Zuma meeting Ibrahim Traore, but also within the same week kwaba nama activities ayiblow for the MK. That's my view.
Yeah. It was an on goal. And abanye bathi incwadi ayizange ibhalwe umongameli ibhalwe uNhlamulo Ndlela benoduduzile Zuma. But ke that's just gossip.
Gossip,
you know, we can't confirm that. Kuningi okunye babujapho kwenzakalile. I don't know what else you want to talk about.
Uzwile ngalensizwa le behamba ngemoto ebomvana. Ethi ayibe bomvana.
Inkunzimalanga.
Inkunzimalanga le ya. Ekhala ethi sebecishe bakuthiwani bayithuma uphuthu. Sho njalo ngesizulu ngithi
kuthiwa bayithuma uphuthu.
Kuthiwa umuntu ukuthunya uphuthu.
Angisazi leso sizulu. Kuthiwani umuntu uthunya uphuthu uyasazi? Ngicabanga ukuthi leso ngabe ngithi sangakini endwedwe but so wabizanga abasendwedwe angisazi sithi umuntu uthunya uphuthu. Cishe bamphambanisa nemvula. That's what I know.
Yeah. Yes. So but Brown Mokgotsi, to give it context, it was an interesting one. Ukuzwa ukuthi uBrown Mokgotsi kuthiwa there was an attempt on his life. It's a very serious thing. But then mase silandela ngokwemedia, because I can't say there was no attempt on his life.
Yeah.
Because that is what he's saying. But ngazi ukuthi istory sithanda ukuba shady.
Yeah.
Puzzle ayihlangana. So much so ukuthi I've heard some people saying ngazi ukuthi it was something that was staged.
Abanye bathi yes komakhelwane bathi bambonile a drop wa imoto. Abanye bathi uyidubulele yena imoto yakhe. Angazi it for me. I'm finding it hard to believe because of such stories. Nanokuthi amaphoyisa ukuthi akeze azo report a case. It took time for him ukuthi baze bathole statement. So kunezinto ezingenza ngibone ngathi ungathi Brown Mokgotsi ufuna ukuzenza victim. You know, vele siyazi ukuthi bakhona bangazama ukumbulala ngoba unolwazi oluningi futhi okungenzeka libafake inkingeni. So ubona usimanga sesimsuse lo singaba safe. So that's possible. Kodwa indlela ekuthiwa kwenzeke ngayo nemoto nje yabe idrive. Lo muntu esiza ukuthi una imali unamabhizinisi uconnected imoto abe driver imoto obungalindele ukuthi inga drive uyena kodwa ke yena idefense yakhe uthi ube underground ube driver le moto ngoba engafuni ukudrive imoto yakhe ngempela kodwa nje ungathi bafuna ukusigila futhi ngoba kade babesigila bethi abantu badlulile emhlabeni kodwa ama circumstances okudlula kwabe emhlabeni uthi hayi man hayi so let's hope ukuthi bazokwazi ukumgcina safe uBrown Mokgosi ngoba simdinga ukuthi aye kumadlanga commission aye ku-ad hoc committee akayocula that's all I've got to say about him. I'm not completely sold to his story, but it's not for me to be sold.
It's an interesting one, but let's hope ukuthi ke kuzogcina kahle hle sekuvelile because kumele kuvele ukuthi bekuyiqiniso noma bekungalona iqiniso because I believe ukuthi kwakona ukuthi makuukuthi akulona iqiniso kuyicala eSouth Africa. So if kuukuthi akulona iqiniso he might also then find himself in trouble with the law of the country.
Yeah, in fact mina kube nje nguBrown Mokgosi ngabe sengivele ngayicela nje ukuyohlala ejele nje ngoba I think that's where it's going to end up. If you look at the evidence that has been led at Madlanga Commission and the ad hoc committee.
I disagree with you.
What do you mean?
No. There is no guarantee of such thing.
Really?
Such things ukuthi kuzophelela laphi. We've got to be honest. With how things are in South Africa, there's just no guarantee.
So one thing is there's a possibility to be swept under the carpet.
I'm not saying it's going to be swept under the carpet, but kunezinto mfethu kanti wena uhlala ku kunezinto eziphelele emoyeni ungazi ukuthi kwenzakalini.
Nanga umuntu ekhuluma ngephalaphala.
So ngizama ukuthi asazi ukuthi kuzophelela lapho. So you can't have so much faith ukuthi this is what is going to happen because right now we've got the Madlanga Commission going on.
Yes.
We've got the ad hoc committee going on.
Yes.
There's a lot of testimonies.
Yes.
Akamgayo khona.
Yes.
From different sides of the coin, obviously, you know. But iqiniso lithi mina nawe ukuthi after all is said and done kuzokwenzakalani. We can't sit here and guarantee ukuthi kuzokwenzakalani. That's the honest truth.
You're right.
Yeah.
Kodwa mina then ngingathi kuma South Africans we will have to stand up because we've never known so much about corruption with SAPS nasemaphoyiseni and our security structures. It's labor isobala. So uma ngabe ukuthi abekho abantu noma labantu aba-accused of corruption and evidence esiyibonayo asiwazi umthetho kodwa phela siyabuka sibone sizwe sikhonjiswa sibona ama-SMS sibonza ayikhohlakelwe emhlabeni uma ngabe labo bantu ukuthi they are not held accountable it's for us as South Africans to stand up and say not in our name, it has to stop this far and no further because if we keep quiet then kuzogcina phi Ntokozo. I agree with you angikuphikisi ukuthi asazi izoyapi kodwa uma ngabe ukuthi abantu abafana no Brown Mokgosi, Cat Matlala, Minister Senzo Mchunu, you know, they are not held accountable. We have to say no. We have to say no. We have to. We don't have a choice. This is our country that we will be living for our kids. And if we don't stand up, we will leave them with no country.
History will judge us.
100%. History will judge us. You mentioned ad hoc committee, Madlanga Commission. We saw with Madlanga Commission, the Colonel General Khumalo. He went back. One year's testimony for 1 day. Wakula. And then he came back to finish his testimony. I've got a comment there. And then we ad hoc committee, we saw kade sagcina ukukhuluma, but we saw the likes of Deputy Minister Bobabili, Deputy Minister Kasel Matale, no Deputy Minister Dr. Sheila Bocello, and then we saw acting minister, no more minister, angaz, no more acting, no more minister in Professor Firoz Kachalia. And then today, Bekona, well, not today, on Thursday, Bekona, he head of IDEC, Andrea Johnson. I don't know, Ntokozo, what stood out for you, but Gumadlanga Commission, Ukumal, mina, that stood out for me. Ipoyisa, I just forgot igama lakhe, Elsondelene no General Sbiya, elabonakala emzini ka
electoral petty.
Yes, elaliphethe plastic
Paper
bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Athe ukhumalo ngabangakathi ethi testimony yakhe. Maybe there was chocolate there. Elingene emzini womuntu who's accused of crime. Was it Ket Matlala? Was it Ket Matlala or Mulife? There's a lot happening, people, so forgive us. But one of the two people ungene emzini wakhe waphuma no carrier bag. So bandiko bayakhuluma ukuthi ngenzeka ukuthi lo carrier bag bekhona imali bekhona, but it's clear, so I'm interested ukuthi how they will defend that one. So ukhumalo maningi amabomb abuye nawo this time around njengoba bebuyile ukuzogcwalisa i-evidence eyayithulwe umkhwanazi, ngoba umkhwanazi wayethe ngizokusho mina kodwa akokunye kuzobe sekusupportwa umkhwanazi ukhumalo, and ngiyaqala kuyavela njengamanje.
Yeah, ne?
Ngiyavela njengamanje. Yeah, and then kwi ad hoc committee for me, it was interesting ukuthi deputy minister for the whole year, almost a year, minister ubengaba assignile ama duties, bebenganawo ama KPIs, ubebanika nje piece job, I suppose, ukuthi namhlanje wenza ukuthi, namhlanje wenza ukuthi, ngisiza ngokuthi, but they didn't have a job description. Ukuthi at the end of the year, this is how we'll be reviewing your performance for the whole year. But I found that really strange. Firoz Kachalia, I was quite impressed with him. I don't agree with everything that he says, but it was evident ukuthi we academic. He's quite methodological. That's how you say the word. But in terms, he's got method in how he says things. It's easy to follow him. He's not just shooting from the hip. Mangabi chazinto, you can follow him. He's clear. Even some of the things that I don't agree with him on, like he was unhip in a press conference, Mkhwanazi, and he tried to explain why he was unhip. He was unhip in a regalia Mkhwanazi.
Who on earth in South Africa was unhappy in a press conference?
Oh, your minister of police was unhappy.
I think Masagwen's one of the top stories of the year. This was the press conference of the year. 100%.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that press conference.
That press conference. I usually watch a press conference quick catch up. This year, that's the only press conference engaibuka live.
It was a hot one. It was
engaibuka live while it was happening.
It was a big one.
I stopped everything. It was a Sunday and I watched it.
Yeah. No, it was a big one. Ngoba ngabe judges khuluma ntokozo ngecorruption nenkohlakalo. Nokusebenzisana nezigebengu, nokuzwa nje ukuthi uminister ubheka icele wake walala nje emzini wesigebengu. Walaliswa nje emzini wesigebengu, samvulela umuzi waso, sathi lala, walala. Ikukhombisa ukuthi there is this close link between politicians nezigebengu. Yes, uthi wayengazi ukuthi uyisigebengu. But the fact that izigebengu can get close, usithatha phi isibindi? Uyisigebengu, uzazi ukuthi uyisigebengu. Sokusondelana no minister wamaphoyisa. Ngoba mina kube ngisigebengu, ngabe ngidlalela kude no minister wamaphoyisa ngoba ngisaba ukuthi uzongibophisa. Kodwa izigebengu zanamhlanje zisondelana no minister bamaphoyisa.
Yeah, but phela kapisa khumbula ukuthi kunemali, kunamandla. Money and power.
Yes.
Izinto ezihambisanayo. Uma unemali, imali inabantu ekwazi ukukusondeza kubona obungeke ukwazi ukusondela kubona mawunganayo imali. So ngizama ukusho ukuthi ngiyam-understanda futhi noma gaye mengabe ethi cha ngangingazi ukuthi uyisigebengu ngoba iqiniso lithi akekho umuntu obhaliwe esiphongweni
ukuthi
uyisigebengu.
uyisigebengu. Yes.
So wonke umuntu uthi ngusomabhizinisi ahambe ngemoto enhle ebizayo emnyama emhlophe egold ahlale in a posh area athi usomabhizinisi and then abanye baba nezinto abayivezayo babe nezinto abangayivezi abanye futhi awukazi umbuze kahle hle ukuthi
wenzani exactly
ekugcineni imali inabantu ekwazi ukubeka kwi proximity yabo mawunganawo ungekuze ukwazi ukuthi usondele kubona. So mina manje if ngingaba nemali kunabantu engizoba ne-access kubona kalula but right now enganayo access kubona.
unayo imali usaba usitshela udlala ngathi uqinisile but uqinisile 100% but it is worrying ukuthi igebengu they've got no shame ukuthi sezisondelana namaphoyisa kangaka and azisabi ukuthi zizoboshwa ngoba zinemali zizokwazi ukubathengela kade ngibona njena omunye lo wase Richards Bay ukhumalo again kwemadlanga commission omvezile obehleli kwi ad hoc committee behleli ngemuva kuka General Sibiya uyena oprovide imoto uGeneral Sibiya lokuhamba nemoto kaGeneral Sibiya and uthena lo somabhizinisi isizathu senzelwe ngoba uGeneral Sibiya ube security yakhe bisikhishiwe kodwa lo muntu useke waba namacala waboshelwa ukutshontsha imoto noma ukuba nemoto ezintshontshiwe yena uthi imoto zayingantshontshwanga uyena yena bese business lokudayisa imoto but wathatha imoto ezintshontshiwe but umuntu oseke waba isigebengu lesi. So this relationship between igebengu namaphoyisa for me it's worrying. Whether you can plead ignorance, I'm not saying they should always know, but the fact that they also do not know while there is intelligence in maphoyiseni, then it tells us ukuthi there is an issue with our intelligence.
Do you know
abantu belabane technology lekwazi ukubona ukuthi this is a shady character?
Do you know ukuthi nawe ungaba umngani nomuntu oyisigebengu kodwa ungamazi?
I don't have intelligence. I'm not a police officer. I don't have the ways of checking up on or checking people and see if they are clean on data, they've got criminal records or not. But if I'm a minister, I'll be able to check on people. You can't be a minister and just act like uNtobeko mina Ntokozo. Now angikwazi ukuthi mawungenza podcast wenzani.
Yes.
But the fact that ministers, honestly, of police of all, they can do that, for me that's just worrying. I don't know what else you want us to talk about from our prep that you want us to wrap up with. You can choose.
I've exhausted everything.
Okay,
I've exhausted everything.
What would you do if you were to get 750 million rands right now today?
Okay. I'll take a pause.
Okay.
All right. And you see now multi today and have to think about it. You see, imali is a very emotional thing. If kusasa sengazi ukuthi kunemali ezayo, it doesn't matter the amount. Ingqondo iyathatha ibeke iyakha ibhizinisi. So that's a lot of money. But one thing for sure, ngiyakholelwa mina kakhulu ekuthenini ukuthuthuka kwami fanele kube ukuthuthuka kwabanye abantu futhi engingakwazi nami ukubalekelela ukuthi bathuthuke. I don't believe kulento yokuthuthuka as an individual. Mangayibeka nje ngesingisi, I believe ukuthi I am blessed to be a blessing to others. So imali engako kungafanele ngicabanga ukuthi mina nomndeni wami, my immediate family, ngidinga imali engakanani ukuthi sikwazi ukuba comfortable. Then ikuphi kwezinye indawo lapho engingakwazi ukusiza khona ukuthuthukisa, but it has to be something well thought through things like bursaries, through things like building a comfortable house for somebody who needs it. It could be a family member. It doesn't really need to be a stranger or a random person, but that is, I think a satisfaction minayami would be more on ukuthi how many people have I impacted with the wealth ekwazi ukufika ezandleni zami. That's my summary.
The first thing I would do, I would resign from all my jobs,
Including PRS.
including PRS. Ngeke lokho ngicela abantu ngicela subscribe.
Yo. Do you see, Kutlwana? We own our own in this thing. We're battling so hard, but his heart is not here.
No, guys,
his
honestly,
heart is on the millions.
I will have to decide afterwards whether I want to come back or not.
Ngeke sikumukele. Ngeke sikumukele.
750 million rands. That is apparently money that Vodacom paid to Kenneth Makate, the please call me guy. That's a lot of money.
No, that's a lot of money. I don't think even ukuthi even I blew it in I
No, I don't think, yes, I know. I don't think it's possible for Makate to finish that money in his lifetime.
Yeah. I honestly don't think so. I'm trying to imagine it. Shuthi ngabudla malini.
No, ungayibhubhudla, but it's not possible. Kodwa ungayibhubhudli Makate. Ungayibhubhudli. But 750 million rands, that's a shitload of money.
He's gonna be buying beautiful sport cars like we saw somebody being raided recently and having
Maumela.
and having a house with swimming pools,
Deserves
with
it.
gyms, with
Lawyers must be smiling.
because they are shares.
They have a
also, right?
percentage.
They
I
have a
don't
good
know what the percentage,
yeah.
but they must be smiling. Yeah, ne? Because remember, I go to Vodacom, I think I'm offering you 10 million, if I'm not mistaken. That's where they started. On Ngab Makate. Babanye basebethi accept mali engaka. I'm offering you 47 million. If I'm not, I might be getting it wrong. I might be getting the amounts wrong. One Ngabo Makate. And that's why I found 10 billion, if I'm not mistaken. But the bagcine basettle share ku 750 million rands.
Mhlawumbe bethi ingqondo yami minimal ayazi. Ku 10 million ngangizovuma.
Mhlawumbe nami
Cha ngikhuluma iqiniso. Angifuni ibele ngithi hayi ngangisazoba push. Ngangizotshela ama lawyers ngithi instructor I mean. Guys, kulo 10 million imalini kuzoba yena sibaleni. No, let's settle. I'm being honest. Uma engiphusha ama lawyer ke mhlambe ke the second time around kuthiwe 47 hayi sasingaxabana ke nawo ke mengabe sasasayini ku 47 million hayi sasingaxabana nalo legal team cha mina ngikhulume lami iqiniso.
Should he had good advisors?
So yeah, obviously, because this is not just his brains.
Yes.
There are advisors around him who were saying to him, we can still get more. We can still get more. You understand? And ayikho into ebuhlungu njengokuthi i-advisor yakho ikutshele into ngendlela wena ongayiboni ngayo. It's because I have people who mentor me. So it's uthola ukuthi wena ubufuna ukwenza kanje athi yena no. Ubusathe athi no. Asenze kanje. So I'm sure naye khona lapho khona bese kuzwela khona.
Sambeni manje.
Yeah. Before Sambe though, you need to get out because we need to bring in a guest. Then I'm going to talk to this guest, Unhlanhla Mqadi, from a March and March, the provincial coordinator. So let's take a short break and I will come back with that interview. So as promised earlier on, when we started today's show, we did say today we are going to be graced by the presence of a guest, eqhamuka kwi-March and March, igama lakhe Unhlanhla Mqadi. He's a provincial coordinator, yala KZN kwi-March and March. Nhlanhla, kunjani mfethu?
Ndaba sikhona kunjani kwena?
Hayi no, kuhle kakhulu mfethu. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi uvuma ukuthi uzoba kanye nathi namhlanje mfethu.
I am honored too.
Yes.
We are honored as South Africans.
As South Africans.
Yes.
Why is that important ukuthi uveze ukuthi as South Africans?
That's because there is no March and March without South African people.
Okay.
This is born in South Africa. It's
Yeah.
by South Africans. It's for South Africans too.
Yeah.
We,
So what briefly, what do you stand for as Much and Much?
as the people, we as the people.
Okay.
That's what we stand for.
Okay.
We as the people.
Yeah.
As much as the Constitution would say, we as the people.
Yeah.
We the beneficiaries of this country.
Okay.
We are the owners of this land.
Yeah.
If I may put it that way.
Okay.
We are the creators
Okay.
of this country.
Yeah.
We are the makers of this country.
Okay.
So we want South Africans to be cautious and always remember who they are in their country. So we stand for the rights of South Africans, not to be violated, not to be trampled on, and not for South Africans to be robbed of what they deserve or yeah.
Okay. Well, mhlawumbe singene ekuthenini ke yini esihlanganisayo namhlanje because there is a reason why ngikumemile, you know, mhlawumbe siyongena ngelinye ilanga sigxile kwimisebenzi yeMuch and Much, but into edale ukuthi ngikumeme Nhlanhla ukuthi kube ne court order ephumile, to be precise ngoLwesithathu. Whilst I was following the news, I learned ukuthi kube ne court order in the Johannesburg High Court against the Operation Dudula. Bebekade beyiswe enkantolo i-Socio-Economic Rights Institute of South Africa. Ukuyisummarize isizathu sokuthi bekade beyiswe enkantolo bekade kuthiwa abayeke ukuvimba ama undocumented foreign nationals from ukuba blocker from accessing our government facilities, so that is schools, that is clinics and so on. So ngiyayisummarize. So i-court order ke ephumile ithe lokho bekwenziwa i-Operation Dudula it is unlawful, so abayeke ukwenza. Now I know ukuthi umsebenzi weMuch and Much nowe-Operation Dudula uthi enwenza emphakathini ukuthi kuba umsebenzi othi awucishe ufane. So leya ruling in one way or the other none yan affect. So I just called you to get your reaction ukuthi nina nithe mangabe nilandela what was your immediate reaction to it?
Okay. First, if I'm allowed to correct what was the case about. It was not about Operation Dudula or South Africans. Let me associate them under South Africans.
Okay.
Stopping undocumented. I need to state that clearly.
All right.
It was not about stopping undocumented.
Okay. It was stopping.
It was about stopping human beings. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But those human beings being foreign nationals.
All right.
Right? Because you can never say in the country you mustn't stop undocumented.
Okay.
That wouldn't be clever.
All right.
Of that, because the undocumented, as per Section 38 of Immigration Act in South Africa, the undocumented are illegals. They are criminals.
Okay.
Therefore, need to be treated as criminals.
All right.
So no one can get out to fight for undocumented.
All right.
They were fighting for any foreign national being stopped.
Okay, so ubuya enkantolo, they were fighting ukuthi for any foreign national.
Thank you very much.
Not undocumented.
Not only undocumented.
All right.
And we need us to be clear, because as South Africans we agree that being undocumented is not legal.
Yes, it's a crime.
It's a crime.
Okay.
So you cannot go and fight for criminals.
Okay. All right.
Not to be stopped.
Okay.
You see. So this was just correcting of what was this about. But now the reaction therefore was the fact that I tried to listen to the judge when he was passing his judgment. The only thing that is judged is not really the operation behind what Dudula and Much and Much do or does.
Okay.
Was the fact that the personnel doing it are not authorized to be the one doing it.
Okay.
Not that it's not supposed to be done.
All right. All right, so it is about abantu. Mhlawumbe siyikhulume kahle.
Kakhulu.
So it is about abantu.
Abakwenzayo,
Abakwenzayo.
abaperform ama duties.
So kusho ukuthi that is what it is about. Okay. So mhlawumbe ke umbuzo wami ozolandela uzothi yini pho as much as a operation Dudula, when you do these operations nisuke ni aware yini ukuthi lokho enikwenzayo akufanele ingabe kwenziwa civilian?
Again namanje mhlambe if I'm allowed to, I always want to differentiate and separate Operation Dudula and March and March.
Okay.
It's important.
Okay.
Because much as Dudula Operation Dudula are South Africans, but on another hand they are political party.
Okay.
Now March and March are South Africans who are just ordinary South Africans,
Okay.
civil organization.
Okay.
So most of the time when we pair the two, you make us one.
All right.
We are one in an agreement of the illegalities of that are happening in the country, especially by foreign national. We are one in the fact that South Africans must come first, but we're not one in a form of organizational.
You
understand?
Yes, you are
So
not one organization.
No, I want to clear that
Yes.
it's not like Operation Dudula is in Joburg and March and March they say is in Durban. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
We're not the same thing. That's one.
Yeah, it's two different types of movements.
In an agreement of certain operations.
Okay.
Because at some point we may not agree with Operation Dudula.
Okay.
And if we don't agree, because like for example, any other political party that will take leadership in the country, we will always stand as civilians and make them accountable. So even Dudula at some point will make them accountable.
I get you.
So
Okay.
yeah. So being aware or not being aware. Remember, this is a cry.
Okay.
So people are bafo. This is a cry of South Africans who've been saying, guys, nansi country yethu ihamba. Nanka ama resources ethu esetshenziswa busende. Na ama resources ethu ehamba nabantu abangafanele ngabahamba nawo. And kunomuntu ongazange azalalele.
Yeah.
Lo muntu ongazange azalalele uthe asenze izinto within the precincts of the law in South Africa. So uthe asibabhalele. Uthe asihlale nabe ema meetingini. Uthe singamasha. And sikwenzile konke lokho.
All right.
La sesibona khona ukuthi akekho imiselo ngokuphendula. Ngani na? Angifuni ukuya kakhulu kwipolitics kodwa ikhona iningi. Because in the standing of the GNU there were agreements that they signed. And in those agreements, there's things that we don't know. Who said, for an example, there is one leader who stood and saying, Abahambe, Abahambe, engakangeni ku-GNU. Immediately ngena ku-GNU, the song has changed. So we don't know. So, uma ngaba akekho umuntu oyimisele, let me put the facts. Immigration, the very same immigration look to one was supposed to be asking for documentation, right? In the whole of South Africa. They've got 800 personnel. With population of, is it 37 million South Africans? 27 million foreign nationals? You've got 800 personnel in immigration. Let them challenge me. Now, Home Affairs has come out at some months ago saying, wonke umuntu from Africa is heading down south. We cannot cope. Minister of Finance at some point, Babu Kodongwana, said, njoba wonke umuntu la ama resources imali asenayo. Minister of Police Ubaba Masemula said, anginali iphoyisa elizoma esikoleni noma lime esibhedlela limele ukuthi li check abantu abalegal nabangekho legal. So what does that tell you as a South African? Ikutshela ukuthi nobody is going to do anything about this. Now, are we really willing to see inzalo yethu abazukulu bobaba? Are we willing to see them befikela ezweni engazi ukuthi la thola inkululeko 60 years ago, like any other countries abathola inkululeko 60 years ago before us as South Africans? If you look at those countries how they are now, those are same people that are leaving those countries coming to a country who is young in democracy. For us, ingqondo yethu ithini? What are they coming to do here? Is to suck everything that we have, suck us dry, make us look like their own countries. Should we sit and wait for immigration to say, sizo mase kwenziwe next financial year, sizo add ama members? They can add plus minus 2,000. 2,000 personnel immigration. Akufanele babheke e-country ngaphakathi. Babheke abantu abazobahambisa. In the border management, the new border management system, they took SAPS to put them in that border. Why? Because SANDF is something like doesn't exist. I remember one, is it a commander, some 2 or 3 months ago, who stood there and said, who builds a house, a beautiful house like South African, and do not fence it? Like in South Africa we are doing. We have a beautiful country, but the borders are wide open.
Yeah. I think when Nhlanhla yonke le nto itheblishayo ngiyayizwa. But ngifuna sithi ke kancane ke asibuke le judgment, le court order ephumile. Ngiyavuma futhi ngiyakunderstand ukuthi i-March and March ne-Operation Dudula ama organization, ama movement awu-2 as ahlukene azimele. Yes, kune common elephant in the room esibuye siyidle ndawonye, if I may put it that way.
Yeah.
But then both organizations sibuye sibuyele endaweni zethu. But ke le court order izoba neumthelelo omngakanani kumsebenzi eniwenzayo nina as i-March and March.
Njengamanje okwamanje
mangabe nje nibuka.
Njengamanje okwamanje ngoba i-appealiwe. So you remember uma kune appeal le court order okwamanje ifana nento ezomele ihold. Ayizukuya ndawo. Sisazoqhubeka nomsebenzi esiwenza for South Africans. That we need to be clear about. We're not disrespecting any law, but we've appealed their judgment. But the judgment appealing is...
So who has appealed the judgment?
The very same people who were judged with Mabasuke.
Operation
yes, it can only be them. Okay. It can't be us,
yes.
you know. So it's under appeal. But what I want to put forward, Gakulu, about the judgment, it would be nicer if you pass a judgment and then, like he said, the judge said, ukuthi umsebenzi wamaphoyisa lawa, right? Akona umsebenzi wama-civilian. But lawo maphoyisa athi umsebenzi wawo, lawa akuthiwa uSABS. Umsebenzi kaSABS is not to deal with immigration. We are specific, general crimes. And njoba sisho ukuthi the very same immigration okhona existayo, awukwazi ukucopa nomsebenzi ukuthi uvimba abantu not eyibhedlela, right? Because generally sikhuluma ngokuthi South Africa iyonke akwenziwe sure ukuthi abantu aba-illegal bayancipha as much as possible. Ukuya eyibhedlela suke sekuku-eda. But what we are saying, what the message we are sending, we are saying, as South Africans and volunteers, we are available for us to be used. If training needed. We are saying we are available to be used to help. Lokhu kushoda ekuthiwa khona ekhountry.
Okay, yeah, ngiyayizwa. Okay, leyo ukuthi i-judgment i-appealed, angikho up to date on that, okay. So ingakho ngingacomment ikona. But ke sibuyele ke manje kuyona i-judgment. So as i-March and March nizimele, how do you identify ukuthi lo uyi-foreigner, lo uyi-local?
Kuno before ngikuphendula kuno ubaba is it Siri that you said beyithathe idudula to court, right?
Yes.
Siri. Ungichazile mayethi what we are doing is we're sending the country back to apartheid times where people were asked to be showing IDs and all that. But funny enough, in a foreign land, in a foreign country, anywhere in the world, you need to carry your passport whenever you are and wherever you are. So you need to be showing that. I don't know if those countries are in an apartheid times or whatever. But umagukuphendula, ours was to make sure that we don't misidentify in as much as we're not allowed. So the asking of your ID document, it identifies you where you're from. It's as simple as that. Any person, you identify yourself.
Okay. So Sasishawa isikhathi.
Sure.
So mina nje now if ngifuna ukungena kwisakhiwo esithile sikahulumeni lapho enine operation khona ngalelo langa. So nami kuzofanele ukuthi ngiveze ID.
As discriminating ngokubuka. Mago wa South African ID, you qualify for every
Ukuthi
benefit.
ngikwazi ukungena,
And
okay.
if you show a passport, that's to say you are visiting. Naturally, supposed to have either a health insurance, you know, or a medical visa to say you want someone will cover for what you are going to use.
Okay.
There's nothing such as a free treatment for foreign nationals.
No, ngiyabuzwa ke lo. So let us say again, njoba ngikhuluma nawe mina.
Yes.
Angiphethe ID. Right. So sengifikile eclinic ngizolinganisa epolyclinic la kwaMasho.
Yes.
And then sengithi angiphethe ID. Ngikhuluma nje nawe kanje but kuzokwenzakalani?
Yazi nje ulimi lakho ngiluzwa kahle bafa ukuthi wena ngoba uma ukhumbula eSouth Africa igodi ngeigodi khona isizulu esingafani khona bathi dance khona bathi ezansi khona bathi ngenhla.
Yes.
So masiqala nje sikhuluma sokuthi ungiyezi lo muntu wasekhaya sengeke ngakubuza ngisama digits akho u4 ngiyalinganisa eID yathini.
Yeah.
Clearly the ID is yours. You would say 083 084. You can't say 087 uyimale. That would be a female.
Okay.
Yabo okunye sengakubuza isithakazelo.
Okay.
Uzongipha isithakazelo uma ngithanda ngabuza isigodi sangakini.
Okay. Let us say for argument's sake ngiyasho ukuthi angiyena wase South Africa kodwa nginayi ID ngoba ngoko knowledge enginayo akhona ama foreign nationals aba nama ID but ahluka kuma digit njengobusho.
Yes.
Ekugcineni ama digits ayashintsha mengabe foreign national. So ngiyasho ukuthi aya ngiyona South African ngiwasezweni ngiwase Mozambique kodwa nginayi South African ID.
Naturalized, that's what we say.
Yes,
Maybe.
yes.
Because there are those who are naturalized South Africans.
Yes, so then,
they are not born in South Africa.
yes, so
they're
then-
naturalized. Those
yes.
people they enjoy the same rights as South Africans as per the law.
Okay.
So they enjoy the same rights. So they're going to the hospital.
All right.
The undocumented we have a problem.
Uzongivumela
The undocumented we have a serious problem with. But now here's a challenge with that. Ne? You've seen local home affairs, where not local home affairs, like local home affairs for serious, where you have a home affairs in your house.
Okay.
How many people have you seen ababoshi bezakhela ama ID? The very same IDs that we need to see and look. Most of them are fraudulent.
Okay.
Most of the asylums are fraudulent. So that's where the problem starts when they say we are stopping even the documented ones. Because the simplest thing for us is to say, you want to go into a hospital, you have an ID, South African ID. Here's Home Affairs just next to you. Let's take Eddington for an example.
Okay.
Home Affairs is down the road.
All right.
Go there, get something called Hennessy report, which is more like a personal information.
All right.
If your documents or yourself, you were documented and you were punched on the system, that report of the same day will come up with the same information that you have in your ID. And believe you me, we've seen so many fraudulent documents in our lifetime since we started this.
All right. So then yini ezoholela ekuthenini mina fanele ngiyodlula kuleyo screening okhuluma ngayo omunye angadluli kuleyo screening yokuthi ngihambe ngiyothola leyo Hennessy document?
Akekho umuntu ozoba naturalized esingezukufuna ukwenza show ukuthi ngampela uregistered with Home Affairs or uregister ngeHome Affairs yangakubo noma kamngani wakhe noma eflatini lapha ePoint la bakha khona ama document. Any person who's got asylum seeker or a refugee or someone who's naturalized, they'll have to go through the same thing.
Okay. Lastly, ngoba uzongishaya producer kumele ngivale. As an activist yourself, also ngokwe position that you hold with March and March, what are your views ngama foreign nationals operating businesses in South Africa?
Oh, legally, there's nothing stopping foreign national from operating business in South Africa.
Okay.
But then there are rules, there are laws that they need to follow.
All right.
And currently, it's a very sad and painful one. That people come into our country and do as they please. There is a benchmark. There's type of businesses they can occupy. Let's be straight. In South Africa, in a non-scarce skill, there is no foreign national who's allowed to operate or work or be employed. Straight. If you come to South Africa, just like a president announced today, that we need their skills. The skills that we need is a scarce skill. It's a skill that we don't have in the country for a foreign national to come and work in this country. So we're not short of people who can cut hair. We're not short of people who can sell on the streets. We're not short of people who can weld. We're not short of people. Those are skills that are trained in our TVET. So we have a lot of those. Why should we bring more people of the same? We bring people who are going to come here and have a certificate in bombing, certain bombing in the mines, the way we don't have such people in the country. We have same doctors, you know.
South Africa wenhlanhla part of the global community.
Yes.
Okay. And mina nawe sinabantu esibaziyo bala eSouth Africa abasebenzayo emhlabeni.
Yebo.
Different parts of the world, China, go UK, njalo njalo, even somewhere in Africa. Abangayanga lapha ngenxa yokuthi banama scarce skills. Abaye khona ngoba ba applyela umsebenzi obuthile. And umsebenzi o general njengobuthisha njengobunurse and so on, and the world receives these South Africans when they are appointed to work in those countries. Obviously they have the proper documentation to be able to be in those countries. Why thina as South Africa kumele sibe nama rules ahlukile?
We don't have different rules per se, but we do have different rules. Now each country will have abantu abathize abakwazi ukwenza ukuthiza. Angilinganise nje, mina nawe siyile phesheya, mina ngile Europe ngiyosebenza, bengiyela ukuyocula, but abantu bakhona bayacula, but umculo bengucula mina uhlobo lwabo bakwazi ukulicula. There's a non-scarce skill anyways. They can sing, but the language and the rhythm I'm singing in abakwazi kuba nayo. So kumele bazoyilanda bona eSouth Africa bayilethe lapha. Remember I said ibona bayilandayo. There is no country whom you just go when uthi ufuna ukuyoba inurse khona and leave your country without being called ukuthi we are looking for nurses from other countries. So in this case in South Africa, lots of these people are not called. They bring themselves to come and operate in these places where they are not called. So that's where the difference is.
Yes.
And I appreciate people. I mean, I work in Joburg and Subpoint. I appreciate people who've got documents who've coming, and when some of them, to be honest, the refugees, you know, what you gonna do? And there's something wrong in your country and you are running. We understand, but let's go to a UN. If I understand very well, if you need to seek refuge, you need to go to a nearest country. But of course, if that country is giving you problems or those people are still can find you, then you jump to the next. Then you don't jump straight from Ethiopia to South Africa.
Yeah.
How is it? There's something wrong.
Yeah. Have you ever had an opportunity to read a document labeled on the African Continental Free Area Trade Agreement?
No, I'll be lying.
All right. So, what is your view ngokubaleka kokuthi iSouth Africa nje mangabe ngizoyigeneralize ikwazi ukuthi itrade with other countries in the continent freely? So sikwazi ukuthi mina as uChapha ngikwazi ukuye eNigeria ngifike ngi-operate business khona freely, ngibe nelinye eMozambique kanjalo nomuntu oyi-Nigerian and so on. So sibe kube nendlela free yokuthi si-trade as e-Africa. What is your view on that?
Ngiyabonga nje ngalo mbuzo mfethu, and impendulo yakho nayilindelekile kumina, to be honest, and people are going to be watching you be saying, now what is he saying? Look, open border policy is not a problem. Not at all. The only challenge is that now South Africa is sinking with a lot of people who are thinking life is only in South Africa. Now, you need to first deal with that.
Okay.
We need to empty ourselves and start to trade on our own freely. Trade with them because remember we have different minerals. You know, we've got different skills, different ways of fixing the same bus, you know, different ways of manufacturing a certain chair, you know. We need to learn from each other. But in this case, it's not that. It's us feeding the whole of Africa. That's why it's abnormal. But my view in that, at some point when we all strengthen enough then we can say, let's share, you know. Bring what you have, let me give you what I have. At some point. But you can't tell me now to say, these people are here in South Africa, document them and start trading with them. There's something wrong there.
It was a lovely time with you, Nhlanhla.
Thank you very much.
As much as I was so timed to have this short discussion with you, but I would love more time with you. I think Zening is in this
Yes.
because this platform is for a discussion.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've got to ask questions freely so that we get to be on the same page.
I would pretty much love to come back and we have enough time and maybe producer pays us more if he pays. And the directors.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Igama lakhe uNhlanhla Mqadi eqhamuka kwi-March and March as a provincial coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, we just had a beautiful interview no Nhlanhla Mqadi, coordinator we-March and March. I don't know why ukhethe ukuba ngaphandle ke, but ke we had a good interview. It was a tough one, hey, I must be honest.
Okay. What was tough about it?
His answers, yeah, they were tough. But that's the interview we had with him in your absence.
I will watch the episode.
All right. So, asivaleni ke namhlanje.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been Podcast Radio and Stuff. Please do comment on this episode. Share your thoughts and views about everything that we spoke about. Uma ngabe kuwukuthi awuka-subscribe, siyakucela ukuthi usubscribe. Angayiwini ama-million, so ngisakucela. Please do subscribe. Until we meet again next time. Bye-bye.